Hello everyone, this is George with OC Construction and Consulting. Making this video today to answer some questions we get quite a lot about. Can you bid my project? Do you need a bid? Why do you need a bid? Why do people think you need a bid? I just wanted to clarify the reasons for doing that and kind of explain it in a little more detail. We here at OC Construction and Consulting do things a little bit differently. Do you really need a bid for your project? Let's start off with that. You do need a bid, so you know how much the project's going to cost. But the bid, before the bid, you should have a budget for your project. So what we like to tell people is instead of going out and getting 5 or 6 bids, more importantly, you should be interviewing contractors because you're going to be married to them for at least 6 months to a year, depending on the size of your project. If you don't get along, if you have personality conflicts, this is not a good start. So what we tell people is to interview contractors, make sure the personalities fit, do your research, check their license, check their insurance, get to know them a little bit before you hire them. It's not all about the bid. At the end of the day, whatever your budget is, or whatever that budget range is all you have to spend anyhow. So it's more importantly to get to know your contractor before you hire them on. What we do, because we're a design build company, is we have what's called a pre-construction agreement. Basically, that agreement says that we're going to work with you. If you're starting from the beginning of the project, we'll be working with you, establishing your design, bringing an architect on board, a designer on board if you need one, space planning, and figuring out finishes. And then when the plans are done, we'll take them to the city for you, help secure the permits, pick them up from the city if there's corrections, which there usually are. In the meantime, we do a preliminary bid to make sure that the scope of work matches the budget. And then once the plans get submitted to the city, we'll do a pre-final bid. That way, if the city has corrections, we can make sure everything's captured and the bid is accurate. So it's not about just going out and getting a bunch of bids. I think it's a misconception in the construction world of I need as many bids as possible to get the lowest bid as possible. And that's really not the case. Even if you have plans and you call us, we still don't just offer a bid, because sometimes people will go to an architect and give them their wish list, and then come to find out when they start getting prices from contractors that it's way above their original budget. So we like to work with our clients, whether you have plans or you don't. Like I said, even if you have plans, we like to work with you to make sure that, we like to do the bid based on the plans you have to make sure that number matches the budget. And at the end of the day, any contractor that really knows what they're doing, it doesn't matter if you get 10 bids, they should all be fairly close. If they're not close, then there's a difference between a contractor and a professional contracting firm. Professional contracting firms, we all use standards. We all use standard pricings. We basically know what the prices are, going rates, labor. And in our bids, which again is a little different than most, is we like to detail everything out and we like to include everything. So we do add allowances in, meaning some contractors might come in with a lower bid, but when you really look closely at the meat and potatoes of their bid, you'll notice that they don't have any of your finishes in there. They've excluded your wood floor, your tile, your countertops, your fixtures, which is still all part of your construction project. You need to have all that. So we do allowances, meaning we're going to give you X amount of dollars for your tile, for your kitchen floor. And if you spend what we give you, then it's even. If you spend less, then we don't bill for it. If you spend more, then you owe for it. But you have to put that in a bid to make sure it's a complete and final bid, just because it is part of your project. So that's what makes us a little different than most contracting companies. We just don't give bids. As I said before, we like to work with the client, whether you have plans or you don't. It saves us a lot of time. It saves you a lot of time. We just have a lot of clients that tell us, oh, I've gotten a couple of bids and this contractor said this contractor said that. Everyone has something to say. Prices are all over the place. And if you really know what you're doing and estimating, the prices should be fairly close, just like buying a car. It doesn't matter if you go to 10 car dealerships, that car should be within a couple $1,000s, and so should your bids. So that's what we do differently. We're a design build firm. We customize everything for our clients. We're just not, we don't choose to be a part of the bidding game, especially in residential projects. It's a lot easier for us to work with our clients, get to know them during the bidding process, to make sure everything, make sure our personalities jive, to make sure, the way we do the project works with what they're looking for. And like I said, we do a preliminary bid. Once we get the final plans and permits, then we do a final bid. And then once we have the full construction contract, we do a construction schedule. So you're getting the full on project layout. And always remember, planning and budgeting is 80% of the project. The last 20% is the build part, which is usually easy. That's what we do for a living. But planning and budgeting is extremely important, and that's where you need to spend most of your time to make sure that the scope of work matches the budget or the amount of money that you'd like to spend. So thanks for spending a little bit of time with me today. And I hope this helped you understand a little bit, do you need a bid or do you need a contractor? But with that being said, have a blessed day. It was nice talking to you, and hope to see you and hope you'd hire us for one of your projects. Have a great day. Bye-bye.